Hi, I'm Lisa Wiskowski with Duke University Graduate School. I'm the Administrator of Financial Aid,
And I'm Marina Merenblum with the Duke University Graduate School, and I'm Assistant Dean in Finance.
and we want to welcome you to this chat, and we are looking forward to answering your questions. All right, our first question says, what is the transcript fee? The transcript fee is a mandatory fee that is assessed to your bursar account, and it is basically a one-time fee that you will pay to have access to unlimited copies of your transcript once you leave Duke. The health fee is also a mandatory fee billed to your bursar account, and this fee is to cover you when you go to the student health center here on campus. It is different from the health insurance. The health fee is a mandatory fee also, like I stated.
And the only time when it can be waived if you're out of campus in one given semester, and your
Mhm,
department can request the health fee waiver.
mhm. Are relocation expenses covered, or is there a loan that can be taken out? We do offer a loan to PhD students. It is called our McKinney loan, and it is for relocation and emergency expenses. The loan information is available on our website under Find Funding. It'll talk about loans. You want to click on the McKinney Loan Fund. There's an application. Also, we require you to fill out an ACH draft so that we can withdraw those monthly payments. The interest rate is 3.5 fixed. The maximum amount you can borrow is $1,000. You pay that back in 12 months, and you can use that loan program 3 times during your career here at Duke.
How and when do international students pursue TA jobs? What is the timeline? Well, I just think that this question comes from the PhD student,
Mhm.
and that is completely taken care by their department and by the visa services. So we would not have that information. I encourage you to talk to your director of graduate study assistant.
Okay, another question. If we submitted the FAFSA, sorry, when should we expect to hear back regarding loans? Our office has processed the majority of financial aid at this time. If you have not received a financial aid notification, absolutely email us at the email address listed, the grad-finade at Duke. There could be extra requirements that are needed on our part for verification that would hold the FAFSA back, but you should have heard something by now. Like I said, if you haven't, please reach out and email us and we'll take care of you.
Besides RATA positions, how do international students most commonly obtain financial assistance? Well, it depends. Like if you are a PhD student or
Mhm.
you are a master's student, so it's not really clear from this question. But if you are a PhD student, you usually, in most cases, you have a guarantee funding for 5 years. And again, any questions, please direct to your Director of Graduate Study Assistant.
Mhm.
Next question, when will my bill be available? So according to the bursar's office schedule, they're gonna run bills on June 26th. So give or take a few days, and these bills are due the first business day in August, which this year is August 1st.
Okay, I was granted a $4,000 federal work study award, but Lisa from financial aid called it a departmental fellowship and told me to ask my department about it. My department was unsure as to what the fellowship was, so I'm looking for more information about this. Okay, so the federal work study is actually federal work study. It's $4,000 and it's for you to find a position on campus that most employers on campus are looking for federal work study because it saves them a little bit of money because I'm paying basically for your salary. That is an earned position. It's not a fellowship. If you are getting some sort of fellowship from your department, it would be listed as a fellowship and basically would say your departmental name and the fellowship. Federal work study is completely different from that fellowship. Federal work study is earnings that have to be earned, and a fellowship is normally given to you with no service requirements. So, I mean, feel free to email me and I can clarify that further. All right, what is the scholarship criteria for a graduate student in econ? That would actually be up to the economics department. They ask their students to fill out need access, and based on that is how they qualify their scholarship amounts to certain students. So I would definitely reach out to that department.
Yes, if you're a master's student, if you're a
Yes.
PhD student, then the tuition and fees are covered for the first 5 months, and there is no criteria unless like you have to be in a good academic standing,
Mhm,
and I mean first 5 years, and the first 5 years your tuition and fees are covered.
mhm. And it's not too late for master students to file their FAFSA. And please remember that this is for domestic students and permanent resident aliens to fill out the FAFSA. Please do that as soon as you can. Bills are due August 1st. If you have filed your FAFSA and accepted your loans, that's great. The bursar will see this as anticipated aid, and you will not receive late fees or blocks. Just have have accepted enough to cover tuition and fees is good enough to keep you from being blocked.
So the next question is, when will we see a true summary of our charges? It is
Mhm.
difficult to tell what's covered. So, and again, this is the answer to this question depends on whether you're a master's student or PhD student. If you're a master's student, then you will have to talk to your department to make sure what they're gonna cover. The charges that you will see on your bill at the end of June might not have the financial aid information.
Mhm.
It might not have scholarship information at that time. If the departments didn't decide it yet or it's still in a process, it will show on the next bill or sometime closer to the when the bills are due, or
Mhm.
sometimes even in September. So to know what is covered and what is not for master students, please talk to your department and get exact amount that they will cover. And sometimes they are not able to give you exact amount because it depends on how many classes you're gonna take. They can say 40% of your tuition or 50% or 10% of your tuition. So it all depends on what award letter your department gave you, what department promised you.
Mhm.
When it comes to PhD students, they should not worry about their bills. Uh, and I mean tuition, fees, and health insurance. All these charges will be covered by the graduate school uh, in August or September, and students should not worry about that whatsoever. What is not covered is your parking permit, your flex account deposits that you use to eat at the local uh, uh, located on campus restaurants, and you might occur some other miscellaneous charges, but tuition, fees, and health insurance cover it. No questions for PhD students.
Good. All right. The next question is, when I first applied, I was thinking that the option of MasterCard scholarship was open, but lately I have understood that it only applies to undergrads. Yes, unfortunately it does. Are there any financial aid options that I can apply to? Well, if you are a domestic student, of course you will file the FAFSA. Unfortunately, international students are not eligible for the FAFSA, so therefore they should reach out to their departments to see if they offer any type of scholarship programs. Our office coordinates all the federal loan programs, and that's what our office awards. If you were to receive a scholarship from your department, they would convey that information to our office, and we would, of course, add that to your financial aid, which would eventually show up on your bursar account. The next question, for federal loans, are payments due during disbursement period? And how will I be able to see loan statements? First of all, you can log into studentloans.gov at any time to review any um, payments that would be due, the interest and so forth. You can make those payments while you're attending due, or you can let them compound, unfortunately. The interest rate with the federal loans is a fixed interest rate. Repayment begins after 6 months after you graduate or drop in enrollment. Um, Also, you will be able to see on your financial aid, it'll show what your loan amount is and what your disbursed amount will be. Um, are payments due during the disbursement period? That is totally up to you. You can save yourself some interest because, like I said, it does compound daily. Disbursements, once your loan disperses, that's when the clock begins on the simple compound interest.
Next question is, do any offices on campus provide tax help for PhD students? Yes, the law school students
Mhm,
help PhD students with filing tax.
mhm.
Um, that's all I can say for now.
Well, and also the graduate school, we're hoping to have another tax workshop. We usually do it around tax season, around March. We try to get a CPA to come in and discuss how fellowships and stipends, 1098, she explains 1098s, W-2s, and certain forms. Just look, for the student affairs section of the website to see when that's going to happen. How soon can an overseas student apply for financial aid? Once again, if you're an international student and you're not considered a U.S. resident or permanent resident alien, you're not eligible for any of the federal loan programs. I would ask you to reach out to your department to see if there's something that they can assist you with.
Why can't I review my financial aid information on my ACES account?
Well, that's probably my fault. I have to grant you access. So, in the process of manually doing a lot of the financial aid notifications, I need to go in and grant you access. If you have not gotten your financial aid notification, absolutely reach out to me. If you're a master's student, if you're a PhD student, you will not have access. There's really no reason you've gotten your financial aid award letter that outlines your scholarships and stipend, and the graduate school accepts it on your behalf once you matriculate to Duke. So just master's students, if you have not seen it, please email me.
Next question is, when will I receive the scholarship granted by my department in my offer of admission? And the answer depends on whether you're master's students or you're PhD students. If you're master's students, it depends on what department you're in.
Mhm.
Some departments convey to us the scholarship information in July and August. Some departments don't do it until the drop ed
Mhm.
period ends, which is sometime in September,
Mhm.
because they award the scholarship based on the uh, charge on your account is
Mhm.
percentage based. So it all depends on your department, but you have to talk to your department to make sure you know exactly how much they're going to cover, 40% or $1,000, or what they offer you. When it comes to PhD students, you might see it in August, hopefully, but you don't have to worry about it because your bill will be paid in full
Mhm.
by the graduate school. No late fees will be assessed. Your accounts will not be blocked from registration. All you have to worry about is your parking permit and flex deposits and the library charges if you have
And
any.
hopefully no traffic fines.
And hopefully no traffic tickets. Yeah.
There you go. When does financial aid start? Actually, financial aid is fall, spring, and summer one. So financial aid starts when classes begin. Financial aid will disperse to master students the first week of classes. Refunds are short. If you do a refund, it will be processed shortly after that time period.
If I want to take a portion, okay, hold on, sorry, I missed one question. My fellowship includes a stipend. Is that listed on the financial aid package? If so, where?
Mhm. It would be on your financial aid notification, and it will either say departmental stipend or it might say fellowship stipend. Depending on your program, would depend on the amount that was awarded. But you should see it. I'm kind of unclear why you're not being able to see that and would like to know if you want to email me, give me your name and your ID number. I can see
Yeah,
what
we
your
need
financial aid
ID
show. Yes,
numbers. Yes.
absolutely. I can see why you're not able to see that.
If I want to take out a portion of the loans available to me, but not all,
Mhm.
how do I go about selecting the type of loan and amount?
Okay. So these loans are dispersed 50% fall spring. If you want to accept less, I would absolutely need to know that because it's going to split fall spring. So if you are only looking at taking, let's say, the unsubsidized loan you've been awarded 20,500, say that you only need 10,000, but you want all that 10,000 in fall. That's a manual adjustment that I would need to do. That's something that you can't do. Anything that you reduce on your ACES account, accepted loan amount, that is evenly going to split. If you want it to evenly split, you're fine to change it. But if you're looking at different amounts for certain terms, absolutely reach out to me and let me manually adjust those loans.
Next question, is Duke Work Study Assistance available?
There are two different types of work study. First of all, if you see something that says Duke Work Study, that is for undergraduate students. That is not part of the Duke Graduate School. Ours has the Federal Work Study. Federal Work Study is available for the master's students at the graduate school. It is available. The limit was 4,000. Due to several cuts over the years, our Federal Work Study funding has dropped drastically. So if you have been awarded this and you find that once you come to campus that you're not able to use it, please email our office. Let us know that you're not going to use it because we have a waiting list of students that would love to be awarded work study.
So we want to say a few words about stipend taxation. So if you have any questions about the stipend, uh, assume that you're a PhD student. So I'm not able to answer the questions without knowing what department you're in, what program you're in. And so I encourage you to email us questions about the stipend. The email address that you see on your screen with more details, your ID, your name, your academic plan. As for taxation, we do not advise on tax. If you want to know how much your check will be, you might want to use the payroll website. They have a take home pay calculator. Um, and like we said, once a year, we are trying to do a workshop, and students from the law school volunteer to help uh, PhD and master students to fill their taxes.
And keep in mind that stipends are either non-comp, non-compensatory, or compensatory. Compensatory is something that you're working, you're earning, you're a teaching assistant, research assistant, graduate assistant. That isn't earning. You will be filling out tax information for that. You will be filling out your W-4s. As far as your non-comp, that's considered a fellowship. That's something that you'll have to look at more closely to see how and if you need taxes without. But like Irina said, we can't advise on the taxes, but we encourage you to look at the payroll website. It's got great tax information for internationals and domestic students.
What do most international students pursue during the summers? That depends. It depends your master's, your PhD, you are in arts and science, you're in
Engineering.
engineering school, what program you're with. Some students go on internships, some students go home. You better talk to your department about it.
Absolutely.
They have much more information, and they will help you figure this out.
Does the BME program connect students with paid internship opportunities? I would refer you back to the department. They're the best ones to advise you as far as internships. Our office really does not place students. That is a departmental decision.
Right. Is the stipend paid over 12 months? It depends what academic plan you have, what program you're in.
Mhm.
Some stipends paid over 12 months, some stipends paid over 9 months, and then students have some research fellowships for the first 2 years. Some stipends paid over 9 months, and then you work with your department whether they're gonna support
Mhm.
you in summer or not. It all depends. So please, if you have any particular question, you can email me directly at the email address that you see on your screen and tell me your ID, your name, and your academic program.
When and how should graduate students make their first payment? You will want to pay that before the bursar's bills are due on August 1st. If you don't pay it, you will incur late fees and possible blocks.
If you're master's
Yes,
students,
if
and
you're a
if you're
master, sorry.
PhD students, don't pay it, please,
Yes, just
until
wait.
unless you have parking charges and
Traffic, library.
traffic, library, and flex account deposits.
Mhm. When and how should graduate students make their total payment?
Well, I don't see the difference between the previous questions and this one, because if you are a master's student, you have to make your total payment by August 1st. If
Mhm.
you're a PhD student, you have to make your total payment of your parking, flex deposits, traffic tickets by August 1st.
Mhm.
If it's listed on your bill. If it's listed on your bill that is generated in August, then the bill will have a deadline.
Mhm. Is the health insurance payment listed at 2525 on my notification a one-time payment? Yes.
And it's not really a payment, it's a scholarship that is posted to your bursar's account if you have Duke Health
And that's
Insurance.
for PhD students only.
For PhD
Master students are
students
responsible
only,
for that
yes.
charge.
If you're a PhD student and you chose to enroll in Duke Health Insurance, your account will be charged $2,525, and we will pay this charge in the late September, because until late September, you have a chance to waive it if you prove that you have a comparable insurance with your parents or with your spouses. And if you waive it, we are gonna pay you about $500
Mhm.
sometime in the end of October or maybe in November, that you can apply towards your own health insurance that you have with your parents or spouses.
Mhm.
And if you later decide to enroll, say in the spring semester, you will be expected to use half of that amount, or $250, towards your spring health insurance charge, and we will pay the rest.
Okay. I have financial aid for a fixed amount the first year. Is it possible to apply for another award my second year? Your first year financial aid is going to be fall, spring, and summer one. The federal loan programs just cover that time period. So come next year for the 17-18 year, you will have to file your FAFSA again to receive those awards. The 20,500 is the federal government gives you that being U.S. citizen, meeting their criteria. Now, the Graduate Plus loan, keep in mind, is a credit-based loan that you must apply for, but we will award it to you, but you do need to apply for it and get approved for that loan.
How is the health insurance estimate awarded? Must it be used towards the Duke Health Insurance Plan? If you chose to have Duke Health Insurance Plan, and if you are a PhD student, we will pay this charge for you, and that's what we call health insurance award. We are not going to issue a check of $2,525. We will pay directly
Mhm.
to a bursar's account.
Okay. When will my Duke bill be available? Will my scholarship be automatically applied before my bill? Well, if you're a master's student, I'm hoping that your department will transmit that information to me and let me know to add that to your financial aid panel. Um, Some of them have not. The PhD students, of course, like Irina said, will not post until mid-September, maybe end of September.
Maybe August. It depends
How quickly.
on many city. So yes.
But once it shows up, if I can get it before August 1st and get it applied to your bill, that's great. The bursar will automatically see that. It will disperse the first week of classes straight to your account. If not, and your department comes later, say that you've accepted the complete financial aid packages you've been given. I'm talking about master students only. Once you accept that, if you do receive a departmental scholarship, that will return any loan programs that you were awarded previously. We can't exceed that cost of attendance. So, say that you get a $10,000 scholarship from your department. Say it posts after your loans have dispersed. Basically, I'm going to return $10,000 of your Graduate Plus loan, would be the first loan program. Then I would go to your unsub loan.
Right, and the bills will be available, we think, sometime on June 26th to
Mhm.
28th. And your scholarship will be automatically applied, but we are not sure when. It all depends on your department.
Mhm. All right, our next question. This is from an international student. If I have indicated on my application that I cannot attend Duke without financial aid, and if my Student Center homepage indicates that my financial aid is unavailable, when should I expect to receive financial aid information for the 2016-17 year? Well, that depends if you've gotten a scholarship from your department. If you have gotten a scholarship from your department, they have not yet conveyed to us what it is. Once they tell us, I will add it to your financial aid, you will get an email that there is a change in your financial aid, advising you that something has posted to your financial aid account. And I encourage you to reach out to your departments and ask for that information before they're in the process of sending it to us now. Um, so hopefully it will appear soon for you.
Is there a penalty for paying federal direct loan early?
Absolutely not. The sooner you can pay it, the better, the more interest you're going to be saving. So whatever you can pay is great. If you're not able to pay that, while you're in school, that the federal government understands this. If you can pay, great. Just keep in mind that interest is compounding every single day from the time it disperses.
How can I apply for assistantship as a master's student?
That would be to your department, up to your department. I would reach out to them. Several departments do hire assistantships, master students in assistantship positions,
Positions.
and I would absolutely reach out to your department to see if they have that available. Now, I want to reiterate for master students, if you are expecting a refund to pay for your living expenses, please make sure that you have filed the direct deposit form with the bursar's office. If you have not, that is located at bursar.duke.edu. Under the forms on the left-hand side, you'll see student direct deposit. It will make refunding it so much easier and so much quicker. Refunds will be processed the first week of classes. If you don't see something by, I would say, the second week of September, absolutely reach out to me. There might be something with the loan. You might not have completed, say, your entrance counseling, the signing of the promissory note, the credit application on the Grad Plus. Definitely reach out to me if it's not dispersed by then.
On the Duke Student Center,
Mhm.
I can see the amount of federal loans I have been granted after filing out the FAFSA. What is the next step that I should take in order to make sure that I have these funds for the upcoming academic year?
Okay, so once you have been granted access, your financial aid tab will light up. Well, basically, you'll have access to it. You will want to go in there and accept. You can accept the loans as they are. I budget your financial aid up to the cost of attendance. This is for tuition fees, health insurance, the living expenses, even the loan fee is added to help alleviate some of that cost with the loan fee that will be charged to you. Um, Once you accept those loans, the next step is completing the entrance counseling. You need to go to studentloans.gov, make sure you do the entrance counseling. It takes about 30 minutes. When you're done with that, make sure you sign that promissory note. If you're taking the Grad Plus loan, you'll want to endorse a Plus loan. Make sure it's the Graduate Plus loan. Do not fill out the Parent Plus. Your parents are not included in your financial aid. So you'll want to make sure you do the Grad Plus. you'll sign also a promissory note for that. Okay, so once you've done accepted, completed the entrance counseling, signed your promissory notes, filled out your credit application, then make sure you fill out the direct deposit form with the bursar. That's where your refund's going to go. If you don't fill it out, it's going to go to your address that you have listed on ACES, which most of the time could be the address you just recently left, such as a parent's or another institution. Keep in mind, please update ACES with any current information so the bursar knows how to get the checks to you if you don't have direct deposit.
Um,
Can international?
Students apply for student loans.
Unfortunately not. Um, Loan program, and it's the Smalls and McKinney loan, but that's only for PhD students. We offer that to PhD students because we know that these students are also receiving a stipend, and we can also expect payment back each month.
Is there a deadline to adjust the loans? I was awarded enough to cover everything, but will not need health insurance, room board,
Excellent.
etc. So technically, I will not need all loans
Awesome.
I was awarded, but I want to know exactly how much I need until the first week.
And that's fine because we want to adjust your loans before they actually disperse, which is the first week of classes. I'm thinking you're looking at the first week of August, which is fine. They'll adjust and reduce and change them around. I encourage you to, as soon as you know, reach out to me. I can adjust those manually because what we want to do is if you're saying that you need $10,000, well, if you accept a $10,000 loan, that's not what's going to disperse. Remember, you've got a little bit of a loan fee that's going to come out. So most of the time, I manually go in and calculate so it disperses at $10,000. So just be in communication with me and let me know what amounts you want. The first loan we're going to reduce is your Graduate Plus loan. That's a higher interest rate. The loan fee is so much higher. Let's eliminate that if we can first, and then we'll work on the direct sub or the direct unsub loan.
If receiving aid from GI Bill, is that an exception to having paid the total bill for master's program by August 1st?
Okay, so the GI Bill, you should have sent in your certificate of eligibility to our Veterans Affairs office and also to me, so we know what you are eligible for. Once we get your COE, we will apply that to your financial aid as an external fellowship until the VA will pay that amount. It changes yearly. It was $21,084 and some change last year. Not sure what it is this year, but we will put that as an external fellowship once we get your COE. We can't really do anything unless we have that to see that you are indeed eligible for benefits under the VA.
And then we will know more about how much you should pay out of pocket and
Right.
when.
And the yellow ribbon, we do have a list for the yellow ribbon. If you're eligible, we'll know that on your COE. Yellow ribbon spots go pretty quick. So I would encourage you to send that COE as soon as you can.
How will federal loans be disbursed?
Federal loans are dispersed directly to your bursar account. If they have dispersed and they pay your tuition and fees, whatever's left over, that would be refunded to you. And once again, direct deposit.
And bursar will be the one who issues the refund.
And you'll also get an email from our student loan office notifying you that, hey, your federal loans are dispersing. They'll tell you what amounts. Then within matter of a week, you should get an email from the bursar saying, you've got a refund. We're going to process it. At that time, if you don't need it, going back to the other question, if you don't need it, contact us. We can stop that refund and have your loans
Yes, they need to know where to deposit it.
right.
If I'm an international graduate student who was offered stipends and graduate assistantships, are those tax exempt or not?
Once again, we're going to refer you back to
To
the
the
payroll,
payroll
or also if you go,
website,
right,
yes.
and if you go to finance.duke.edu, there is a section there that talks about taxes and tax reporting. There's a section for students, and it'll break it down domestic and international.
Is international student who has been offered fellowship from department qualified to apply it for CCN.
Ooh,
I think all students, international students, have to get CCN eventually. But at the beginning, I think you start with some other number,
the
ATN,
ITIN.
ITIN number, and then go from there. And again, your department knows all these details. They will guide you through, don't worry. I still have
Mhm.
loans from my undergraduate studies. Will they automatically go into deferment when I started,
Start at Duke, or do I
or
have to
have
request a deferral?
requested
Okay, so
deferment?
once you matriculate to Duke, the registrar has record of this. We send, not we, the registrar will send to the National Student Loan Clearinghouse, basically telling them that you are enrolled. At least half-time keeps your loans in deferment. If you drop below half-time, your loans will come out of deferment, hence the 6-month grace period. The registrar will send that after drop ed, which is the second week of September. That will go and notify your lenders. If by chance, say October, you receive notification that your loans haven't been deferred, on ACES, you can actually request an enrollment verification sent to your lender. If not, if you've got a form, send it to the registrar. Normally, they're looking for a seal or stamp. I don't have that authority to sign those forms. The registrar's office, definitely you want to reach out to them and have them fill that out.
Does tax apply to granted supplement fellowships, such as Latin American Fellowship? So again, we refer you to the payroll office. We cannot give you any tax advice. And the payroll office has good tax information on their website. They have
Mhm.
take-home pay
Calculators. Mhm.
calculator and other types of assistantship. Or you can ask your tax person who prepares
Mhm.
your taxes about that. As an incoming PhD student, when will I receive the first payment of my stipend? How often are those payments made? So the first stipend,
Mhm.
most of the PhD students in most of the departments receive either September 25th or September 30th,
Mhm.
depending on uh,
How you're paid.
how you paid. And it even more than on departmental level, it's even deeper, it's on a student level basis.
Mhm.
So usually director of graduate study assistants advise the students when they're gonna receive their stipend. Sometimes they receive part of it on the 25th, part of it on the 30th.
Mhm.
So it's all very individual, and only your department at this point of time knows how you're gonna get paid.
Mhm.
But generally, end of September, every PhD student should receive stipend if it was in their award letter.
Mhm.
Um, what address should external scholarships send scholarships checks to? So you have to go on the bursar's website or
It's actually
Kashi.
send it to me.
Oh, okay.
The reason I'm saying that is if it's an external scholarship, I would like record of it
For
because
masters or PhDs?
for both.
For both.
I'd like
Okay.
to keep track of that. We do keep a listing of what scholarships certain students get. We like to notate that occasionally on our website, but absolutely send it to my address. It's the 2127 Campus
It's
Drive,
graduate school
the graduate
address.
school address. Just put attention Lisa, and I will take care of it. So once I record it, I usually will put it in your financial aid panel, and I'll also take it to the bursar's office to have it deposited.
When will we receive the bill? You will receive the bill on the June 26th or 28th. And what would be covered in that bill? Does the tuition waive will the tuition waive be included in the bill? Lastly, what is the due date? Tuition waive will be included in the bill or not included in the bill. That's the question to your department. We do not know when they're gonna convey to us your tuition waives. So it might be included, it might be not. Uh,
But that's for masters, right?
right.
Right.
Um,
PhDs, we will post those when
Yes,
Irina had stated.
the PhD waves will be included either in August or September. We're not sure at this time. And the first fall bill is due on August 1st.
Yes. Can international students obtain part time on campus jobs? That I'm not sure about. I would definitely check with the International House. I'm
Yes,
not sure what the requirements are for if you have to have a social security number to apply for those
yes,
positions. A lot of our positions on campus, you will see that they will ask for the federal work study, and that is awarded to the domestic students,
yes. So, um, visa services,
visa
Duke
services.
Visa Services will help you with that.
I know it's confusing with master's and PhD. The funding is completely separate. Um, like we've said, the PhD funding awards will be posted August, September. Health insurance is a little bit later. Don't worry, we're going to post it. That health insurance is going to show as an outstanding after your tuition and fees are paid. Don't worry, you're going to be covered. We just need to get it posted, and we do wait till a little bit after ad drop to do that. Um,
Do you offer financial counseling for students living on a budget?
Absolutely, absolutely. I've had students come in, we've sat down with their monthly bills, their checkbook. We are trying to save you from taking out a lot of loan debt that you might not need. It's cutting corners, saving here. We also encourage you to reach out to personalfinance.duke.edu. It's a great website. It's for the students, staff, and faculty here at Duke. It has advice on retirement, where to cut corners on your budget, your credit, how to build your credit. It's an awesome website. They have workshops. If you don't see a workshop listed, you can absolutely email them and say, I'm interested in doing my budget. They will help you and sit down with you. We're here to help you as much as we can and to keep you from taking as much loan debt as possible.
As an international student, can I take out loans to cover my expenses? No, you cannot. If so, how do you go about doing that? International students are not eligible for federal loans.
Mm.
How can I get an ATIN? Talk to your department, they will guide you through.
And also, the International House also offers workshops that I would reach out to them also, and visa services. These departments are here. Just feel free to ask those questions. And most of the time, they're having orientation events that will address these concerns. Please explain how the Summer Research Fellowship funding works.
Well, summer research fellowships are offered by some departments, by some programs,
Mhm,
and it works this way. So it is given just for the first 2 summers. You have
mhm,
to apply for it through the system that is called Award Spring.
mhm,
And we definitely have information about that on our website, and you will have more information about that closer to the summer. We will email you the links and what we expect. What we expect from you is application where you will explain very briefly what you're gonna do with this fellowship in summer. And we will guarantee you $5,500 over the summer, and we will pay you tuition and fees.
mhm,
However, if you get some other assistantship from your department, if you're going to teach in summer on the top of getting this summer research fellowship, if you're going to do some graduate assistantship or research assistantship in summer, and the summer research fellowship. If you're gonna have any other support in summer uh, on the top of the summer research fellowship, we will limit your total compensation to $5,500 summer research fellowship plus 1850,
mhm.
so it's like 7,000 something. And if you earn more than $1,850 in other fellowship support or by teaching or by doing some research and getting paid for that, then we will reduce our summer research fellowship so your total compensation does not exceed 3 times stipend, 3 times academic year monthly stipend.
Okay. When will we see a true summary of charges, free of room and board, transportation, book costs, health insurance, etc. It is difficult to understand what my exact cost for the semester will be, how much aid I need to cover them, and when they will be due. Well, we know that bills are going to be generated June 25th, 26th in that time frame. Your tuition should be a flat tuition charge. You should be charged the tuition of 24,750.
If you're a full-time student.
Full-time student, which you should be your first year coming in. Also, you're going to be assessed your transcript fee of $40, the health fee of $386, the rec fee of $136.50,
50.
student activity fee of $10, and no, I'm sorry, $17.25, and the activity fee of $10. Those are mandatory fees, and those are under our cost of attendance budget. That's pretty much what your bill should look like. The tuition and those mandatory fees. Of course, room and board, books and supplies, estimated loan fees, transportation, personal miscellaneous will not appear on your bill. Those are including your cost of attendance budget. But keep in mind, your bill should be pretty straightforward as far as what's on our cost of attendance
Yes,
page.
tuition, mandatory fees, and health insurance, and it's all due on August 1st.
Mhm. Do you have any resources for
No,
master's?
they also ask about
Oh, I'm sorry.
it is difficult to understand what my exact cost for the semester, how much I need to cover. So you will
Definitely.
know at the end of June, and you will have 1 month to figure this
Mhm.
out. But basically, it's insurance, mandatory fees, health fee, 300.
Yeah, there's several fees. Mhm.
$86 per semester, student activity fee, $10,
Government fee.
student student services and student activity fees is total $27.75. Recreation fee $136.50. One-time transcript fee $40.
Mhm.
Health fee $386, and health insurance $25.25.
Do you have any resources for master's students to find funding in the form of scholarships and fellowships? What are some scholarships and fellowships that former master students have received? Great question. I would encourage you, first of all, to look at, we have an Office of Research Support here at Duke that basically gets all of our external and internal fellowship information. They post it on their website. I would encourage you to go there, ors.duke.edu. You want to go find funding, of course, graduate professional. You can create an account. You can do certain requirements, what type of scholarships you're looking at, fellowships. Um, I've had several master students. Most of them are scholarships. A couple that come to mind is the Coca-Cola. Um, Master student scholarships are really difficult to find. You've got to really look at ORS to see if there's any available out there. Also, you can search the web. Um, I like ORS because they screen everything that I send to them or anything that they get to make sure, first of all, they're legitimate scholarships that you should apply for. Um, I would
And
also,
we have a button on our graduate school website. It says find funding. You
mhm.
can use that button too.
And also, a great scholarship that I've seen recently awarded to master students has been in the engineering field, has been the National Science Foundation. That's a fantastic scholarship program. This year, it's paying a stipend of 34,000, and it gives you 12,000 towards your cost of attendance. I'm sorry, towards your cost of education, which would be your tuition and fees. Great scholarship. Master students are now applying, and they're getting it. So I would encourage you, if you're in those fields, to reach out to NSF and apply.
Is Duke Work Study different from federal work study?
Absolutely.
Can international master's students work part-time as Duke Work
Mm-mm.
Study program?
No, the Duke Work Study is for Duke undergrads. That is not for graduate students. The federal work study is for the graduate students. But in order to receive that, you've got to be a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident alien and have applied for the FAFSA.
You mentioned ORS. What is that?
Oh, ORS, it's called the Office of Research Support. They are an organization here at Duke that look for funding opportunities for all departments, not just the graduate school. They're looking to bring funding into Duke. You will go in there and you will find pages and pages of funding. You're going to have to set up an account. You're going to have to basically set up a table to say what type of fellowships you're looking for. We abbreviate ORS because that's the website. It's ors.duke.edu, but it's Office of Research Support. Absolutely look them up.
As a PhD student, do I need to be concerned
Mhm.
about applying for financial aid?
No.
If you're a PhD student and you received an award letter that states that your tuition fees and will be covered and then you will receive a stipend, you're not even eligible to apply for financial aid
Right.
because it exceeds the cost of attendance.
Right. Same for master students. They can't have loans above that cost of attendance. Neither can PhDs. You'll find that PhD students, when you looked at your financial aid award letter, you will see the cost of attendance and your awards at the top. You will see that your awards way exceed the cost of attendance because normally your stipend is greater than the cost of living that we've calculated in the budget. So therefore, you're not eligible for any financial aid loans.
I'm international student planning to apply for MFA
Excellent.
experimental and documentary arts. Is there any previous funding experience that was given by my department to international student?
Mhm.
I just want to know my chances in getting funding.
Uh,
You have to talk to your
and I
department.
would reach out to MFA. They're
Yes.
recruiting more and more international students, which is wonderful. But yeah, I would reach out to their department. They do offer scholarships. I'm not sure what their application process is, but I would say the earlier the better.
Yes.
Okay, keep those questions coming. I'm trying to think out what we talked about. The bursar setting up direct deposit. Bills are due August 1st. Um, Make sure you attend all our orientation events. I will be there. I will be set up kind of separate so you can ask me one-on-one questions. Um, if it's
It's
about,
in August, right?
yes, and if you're
Mhm.
talking about assistantships, anything like that, I'm going to unfortunately tell you to call to your department. They're going to be the ones to direct you on those.
What are some budgeting tips that you would give to incoming
Oh,
students?
good question. First of all, a lot of students come to Duke and they look at an apartment. I encourage you to reach out with your colleagues that you're going to be in school with. Share an apartment. Cut those costs. Absolutely cut those costs. Um, there's ways that you can look at your budget as far as transportation. You don't have to be in a prime parking position on Duke.
Yeah, bring
Busing.
bicycle with you on
Yeah,
campus.
yes,
Ride
moped.
bicycles.
They're everywhere. Um, but look at your department. Also, before I forget, there's a website at Duke. It's dukelist.duke.edu. You can look there for apartments, roommates, bicycles, cars, pets, whatever. It's our classified ads just for Duke campus. Nobody can post anything on there without having that Duke ID and your net ID that you were given. So I'd encourage you look at that website. But there's ways to cut costs. All right, don't forget bills are due August 1st. Health insurance will be paid third
And if
week.
you're PhD students, please don't worry about your health insurance not being paid or bills not being paid. Don't worry about it. We
Got it.
got it. We
We
got it.
got this. All right. Well, thank you all so much for letting us come talk to you about financial aid and scholarships and fellowships. I encourage you, if you have any questions, reach out to us, email us. Absolutely, we'll respond as quick as we can. We look forward to seeing you here in just
Yes,
2 more
looking forward
months.
to see you.
Thanks a bunch.
Bye.
Bye.